Oi, 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 oi. Welcome to Touch Football Wisdom. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and post. Especially to subscribe. Hey! Angazi noma yimi ngibonayo lento noma sibona sibaningi na. Engathi izoba nzima le season le. Ku Chiefs ne Pirates. Yeah. No, asiboneni bafethu ke. Du, kunjani mfethu?
Ay, ikhala zekho Hotman, nami ngiworried njengawe nje, especially into sibonile this weekend. But let's get straight to it. Sibonile on Saturday, siqale ngale Saturday first game, Orlando Pirates playing against Durban City, a team ebabambile. Second last game of the season when Pirates thought they were going to win the league, Durban City at namhlanje. They did the same thing. The game almost went to penalties. Durban City were actually unfortunate to not win their game, Hotman. But what did you make of the game?
Yeah, I expected vele ukuthi game is going to be very tough. You know, even though ngibe nama doubts nyana because of the very same coach bekalapha Durban City went to Golden Arrows. So I was like, yes, they still have the very same players, but I thought maybe it's not going to be that tough. It's going to be tough, but not that tough. But hey, yeah, no, it was very difficult for Orlando Pirates, really. And at some point, I thought Durban City, they had it in their hands. Ogutias in the game, we're getting it. We're going through. But, yeah, it was a tight one. Tight one when I'm too. You know, I even said, Oguti, we need to be very careful in our teams as we go forward, because when you lose a player like Kurile, and in that space again we are struggling as a Pirates to get a striker that were really gonna put those balls in the net. So it's gonna be a bit tough. It's gonna be a bit tough. So that's why even in the game, yes, I knew that Pirates will win. I knew that they will win, but it was tough too. It was very tough. But you know, sometimes playing cup games is always gonna be tough, and especially you know playing with so-called small teams, it's very tough. The way kwenzakale ngakhona ngelontuzana last season. The game at Durban City ne Orlando Pirates where they played a draw. Oof. Yeah. You know abantu abakhona ukubamba uthi ufuna ukumini league bakubambe bakumise bathi no wena uzozwa ngathi yeah no mntu you must know ukuthi yazini angeke kube lula, but I was relieved even though the game went to extra time, but I was relieved that Ulungu, Mr. Lungu, yeah, came to the party and said, no, guys, I will take you through to the next round. But, yeah, I think it was a very tough one.
Hotman, there's something we shield over the weekend, Uguti. When you lose one player, you don't replace the player with 4 players, 5 players, 6 players. And Orlando Pirates started struggling the moment to Coach Owadu introduced lama player lawa masha. Bonisa ukuthi competing kule tempo leya abaga adapti abaga jwayele. What did you make of a substitution of Coach Abdeslam Owadu kule game leya? Is it where Orlando Pirates almost lost the game?
You know, there's two things. Ne? There's two things here. One is the coach trusted those players, you know, and then 2, for me, it was not a game that I was really gonna do that, you know, especially knowing that this team gave us a tough time last season. I was not gonna make those changes, you know, putting those new players in the game, because if I had struggled against this team last season with all my best players, and then come again this season, I'm facing them in the MTN 8, a trophy that belongs to us as a team, and then I make those changes. For me, I was I was very surprised, and I was so scared that Why did the coach make those changes? Because you can see that this game is taking you to another level in terms of going to extra time. And the possibilities are that if things goes according to the way the game is, that means you're going to go to penalties. And when you go to those penalties, where are your key players? Where are your key players in the game? Key players, I'm talking about Police, Tito, that they can take penalties for you. For me, I think the coach was lucky that definitely he managed to win the game, because really if he didn't win the game, he was going to be in trouble. I'm not going to lie to you. He was going to be in trouble, because that's why I'm saying we struggled against Durban City last season. With all our best players, we struggled last season. And then we play against them. Then you're going to make those substitutions. With the team that was giving us a headache last season, we're playing a cup game. Yes, I know coach, you trust your players. I'm not talking as if I don't know football. I'm talking because also as a coach, you trust your players. But history, it's important that you need to go back to that history, revisit the history to say, what happened when we played against this team? How did it go? And then when you come against that team, then it's important that you whatever that happens before, you bring it back to say, I had problems against this team. They were giving me problems last season, and I'm facing them again now. And now the game is taking me to another level. I cannot take out these experienced players and then put these new players in the team in the cup game, like MTN 8. But yeah, look, the boys, yes, they've tried, man. They've tried. Not that they were bad. No, they were not bad. It's just that in a game, sometimes you need to look at the experience part to say, I've got this experience, it's gonna work for me. And yeah, I'm too. The coach put the new boys. They came in. Yeah, they did well. It's just that, I'm one person that playing against the very same team that gave me a problem. I was not going to make those changes of taking out our Police, Ulontuzana, Tito. I was not going to do that. But nevertheless, well done to the coach, well done to the players, the new boys that they came in, Why I'm saying this because games like this, sometimes they build players, sometimes they destroy players, because if they didn't win the game, I'm telling you, if they didn't win the game, I doubt that some of them, they're going to be in the squad for tonight's game. I'm telling you, no doubt about that.
What an interesting observation. Let's talk about Durban City. They played a low block.
Yeah.
They played in transition. They were a man down, but they held the mighty Orlando Pirates, the mighty Buccaneers, all the way to extra time. What did Durban City do right in this game? Because everything everyone is saying now is that the only thing that was not on their side that night was luck.
Yeah, this football too. Sometimes it's something you cannot predict it, because you can play well, not winning the game. You can play well and win the game. You can play bad and lose the game. You can play bad but win the game. I was very impressed with Durban City after they got the red card. I thought they and I even said to my colleagues that they've got a red card. Lucky is that you can only shift. Call your wingers to come in, and then not that we play sender something, sender in the midfield, two of them central. So they're gonna play a flat four like this, but close the midfield, because why? When you allow Pirates to play in that midfield, then you're gonna be in trouble. So what they did was they forced Pirates to use the wings. They came inside. And for me, that was a very, very, very good tactical change from the coach. And it worked very well for them because they scored. You know, when the team it's one man down and then they manage to get a goal, wow, that means there's something good and something right that they're doing. And yeah, look, they like was not in their side, but look, they played well. I was impressed by the coach who ngobahlanganisa lo muphi ukhazi lo uBen Yusuf lo ukhazi lo ukusikhukhuni. Yeah, Ben Yusuf, I was very impressed with how you manage your team, and I like how they were calm when they were one man down. How they were calm and how everyone was willing to work for the team. But here's the thing, coach, that I think you gave Pirates amandla, you gave them a beautiful power to come back in the game, is because of when you took out Lubumba, the goal scorer. When you took out Lubumba, then for me it was like, oh, thank you, coach. You took out Lubumba, the striker. He was giving Pirates defense a headache. He makes good runs. At some point, he made a run to beat Usibisi, and then Osiema had to cover. He was a headache. I'm not going to lie to you. He was a headache. And when you took him out, you put in Morris. Look, Morris also continued from where Lubumba left. I thought with Lubumba, look, why did you took him out? Why? But Morris came in. Wow, Morris. Then I asked myself, is it the very same Morris that was at SuperSport? Is it the very same Morris that was at Kaizer Chiefs? No, man, something's not right, man. Well done, Morris. Well done, Coach Yusuf. You know, your changes, they make a difference. And you brought on again Ulunduzana. Joe, now I just forgot now. I've got his face. He played for Veds. He played for Sundowns also. Now I just forgot his name now. And I've got his face. This boy, why? And I like this boy. He got injured at some point when he was at Sundowns. Domingo. He came in also. Wow. He was so impressive. You know, I was very impressed with his performance, with his work rate. Same applies to Maurice. That's why I said you had chances. You had chances to win the game. It's just that it was one of those games where, look, I think even if that game will start again, Pirates was gonna win. Is gonna win the game because how things happened. Where you got an opportunity of almost 1v1 and then CMA is to come in. And look, I was very impressed with the defense. Nganana at the back. Wow, guys, you played well. You brought in also Stolle, came in. You know, look, no, Stolle is not with Tuzan out. You had a very good team, coach. Your team is good. Not that they're in the midfield. I think they control that midfield very well. They frustrated Orlando Pirates, especially that when Apolise tried to come inside in those pockets, there were people, there were numbers in those pockets, and forced you to use the width. And I think your game plan was proper. That's why I'm saying I was very impressed after you guys have got the red card, how you put your team together, you know, and also looking forward in terms of playing with transition, creating chances to score, and unfortunately, it didn't happen.
No, a beautiful game they had indeed, and you look at how Coach Ben Yusuf applied his tactics. He made it difficult for Orlando Pirates to break their low block, made it difficult for them to create chances. Even the goal that Orlando Pirates score was a set piece. And set piece is anyone's game. You can score them, you can defend them, however way it goes. Before we talk about tonight's game, so you raised a few concerns about Orlando Pirates when you started the show that they might be in trouble this season. What makes you say Orlando Pirates might be in trouble this season?
You know, let me say this before Bafethu, please, guys, subscribe, like, share, and post. Here at Source Football Wisdom. Let's comment, Bafethu. Send your messages there, Bafethu, please. The number is there. Send your messages there. Let's engage. Because when I'm saying Pirates and Chiefs, they're going to have big problems this season. Please, let's comment, Lapayana. Let's share. Lapayana. What you guys thinking? What's in your mind with what I just said now? I was watching the MTN 8. Sundowns playing. Yes, the game went all the way to extra time. Until Nyamazilo makenza kanje. Makathi hayi nazi ukuthi sekusukile. Makangena uMayilula. Mdu mangithi Pirates and Chiefs, they're in trouble. It's Sundowns, you take out this player, you put this player, you take out that player, you put the other one. It's a headache. Those players are good. Look at the goal that Van Veek scored. Look at the goal that he scored. You know, Mdu, I want you to look at the changes that Sundowns did. You had Urenas started the game. Abu Mailula came in, Umshishi came in. Things started to happen. And it's going to be difficult to stop that team. It's going to be difficult because I'm just making just a highlight in Jengane to show you Mangeting. It's going to be difficult. Look at, they've got Leon. He scored. They've got Renas. They've got Mailula. These three strikers, it's not a mistake to have those three guys. It's not a mistake. Those are top players. Then you look at the midfield. The maestro himself, Allende. You've got guys. I don't know. Maybe Nkuluma from another planet. Maybe I was not. Maybe I didn't watch the Sundowns that everyone was watching. But if people were watching the game of Sundowns, they will agree with me to say, "Hey, yeah, man." I mean, I'm doing Sundowns. I'm not going to lie to you.
So Orlando Pirates take on Amazulu this evening.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy one also. Amazulu have the quality. Amazulu have depth, creativity, young stars who are energetic, and a very good coach in Coach Arthur Zwane. What does Orlando Pirates need to avoid this evening? Mabadala and Amazulu. How do they stop Amazulu from being that creative team in Ababamba? Because if they're not careful, they could even lose this one.
Before ngena lapho kuwona mntu ithi ngiqede nje once nje le MTN 8 vele ngisuse nje endleleni wena mntu ngizokwazi ukungena kahle kwi league ngisenayo ngisuse nje MTN 8 ngizwa kukhulunywa bangifakazisa nami bathi angifakaze ukuthi abanye bathi no thina igame we don't need to go to extra time thina siqeda nge 90 minutes. Abanye mabakhuluma abanye. But no, Tina, no. We're not like Pirates and Sundowns that we need extra time to win the game. No. Tina, we're going to finish the game 90 minutes. And for real, they did. The game ended in 90 minutes. It didn't go to extra time. But now here's the funny part that will make you to laugh is that when that game finished 90 minutes, who won the game? I'm talking about the game Kaizer Chiefs against Golden Arrows. I want to clap hands. for coach Usimo Dladla. He's from Durban City. Where's Alagwi Lontuzana we Golden Arrows. Beautiful football coach. Beautiful. Coach, I'm not gonna lie. Beautiful football. You know, you make your players big with the football that you displayed, and they're well done. Your job. I know you way back. I'm one person that coach. I watch football. I watch our coaches. You can coach with NFT. I'll watch you. If I watch you once and I was impressed with your football, I will always keep an eye on you. So I know you way back. Coach. I know the type of football Ojalayo. And I know when you want to defend, you can defend again. I know. You've shown us against Pirates when Pirates they were looking forward. We were looking forward to celebrate at home winning the league, but you made our life to be very difficult. It didn't happen with the type of football you always display. And when we look back and say against Kaizer Chiefs, wow, there's a boy Zwane. Coach. I know, coach. No. Hey, guys, you see, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I'm saying this from the good heart of mine. Guys, Arrows, they've got good players. Mind you, they've lost Ndlovu to Mamelodi Sundowns. But they look like they didn't lose anything. It's like the team didn't change. Like Yonke into Yabo, it's proper. I like how your players understand the diamond shape, the triangular movement, coach. No. I know. Arosi, they play beautiful football, Bafit. And then when you look at Kaizer Chiefs, yes, they did have chances there and there, but they don't look convincingly, man. Those chances that I'm talking about, other than that, it was nothing, man. I don't know, maybe guys, but please share, comment, send your messages. If you want to call, you can call. The line you can call and then let's talk, because I believe that I'm gonna say this from the good heart, is even if you can bring a new driver, but you had a problem with this car last year or last season. You had a problem with this car. And then you're saying, no, let me change this driver. As on drivela le moto yam le na hamba yosebenza ku Uber. The very same driver is going to have the very same problem with the same car. Because the problem is not the driver, the problem is the car itself. So I don't know Uguti, what you guys are thinking. Please, you can call, you can send a message. Let's talk. It shows football wisdom at Omni Odo Africa. Ulankon.
Shapot man. Bengifuna simuve ngayo Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns.
Yeah.
Besazongena kule team enkulu, but just to ukukhumbuza umbuzo, what does Orlando Pirates need to avoid namhlanje against iAmaZulu? And I say this simply because it seems as though team amaning in the Betway Premiership have studied how Orlando Pirates plays. So if so yazi opposition yakho ukuthi idlala kanjani, ku easy ukuthi uyibamba ngedraw or uyihle. So what does Orlando Pirates need to do to avoid a draw or a loss tonight against Amazon?
Unfortunately, Mdu, Pirates is a big team. Even if this other team, they will say, no, we started Pirates, we know Pirates, this and that. Pirates is a big team. Pirates is a big team. They've got good players, and those players, they can win you games. They just need to continue. Mdu, kunento kanje. I want people not to panic in football. Once you start to panic, that's when you're going to make mistakes. That's when now we are vulnerable in certain areas. And then that's when other teams will capitalize on that. But what I'm saying is that while they're still trying to fix there and there all on the Pirates, but I'm saying to the coach, hey coach, please don't make that mistake again of putting all those boys at once. You know, you need to give them a period of time to gel in, you know, give them that 10 minutes, 15 minutes, build up 20, 25. Just give them minutes just like that, you know, because I know it's not maybe an ideal for you to do that. You know, he's a professional player. He's got a contract. He needs to go in and deliver. But remember that, coach, players are not the same. You know, like what Abombogazi they did in Abonkota and Abo King Ama 2000 doesn't mean everyone's gonna do the very same thing. Having that character of coming in and carry the team. You know, others they will come in. You find that when the pressure comes, then they will break. You know, that's my worry. When we've got new players in a big team like Orlando Pirates, they can play for other teams. They've been stars from other teams. You got them because of their superstars from other teams. But, you know, when they come to that team called Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, it's not just any player can come in there and shine. You know, you need to work hard. You need to be a special player for you to deliver in those big teams. So Pirates, they don't need to panic. You know, they just need to work on I would say work on finishing, especially the striker. Especially the striker Mbutuma, Radopane, no Sisi. You know, I think they need some work in finishing. Because looking at the back, solid. Looking at the midfield, dancing. Well done, son. Well done, dancing. You know, you've got the midfielder that is solid. You've got the number 10 that is solid to Tito. You've got wingers that are solid. Umremi no Duzana no Apollos. And then you've got this boy now saying Kote Kamaraka, I just spoke about him. Mbutuma now. So you do have good players. Pirates, they've got good players, Pirates. Even the one that they came in, those players are not bad. Those players are good. I'm just worried in terms of let's not put pressure on them, you know. Let's give them that time to gradually come into the team, understand the pace, the tempo, the physicality, the dynamics. You know, let's not just put them in as if we were throwing them under the bus, you know. But, yeah. I think Pirates, they can still go. Not all the time strikers will score goals for you. You know, midfielders also they can score goals for you. But you know, it's ideally good that when you've got the top striker, that at some point we don't need to do a build-up. We just need to go wide, put a cross, and then the striker will go for it, and then we win. But yeah, Pirates mustn't change anything. They must just continue work hard as a team, continue work hard as groups. Then I think the results that they are looking for, they're gonna come.
I know. So we're not gonna tonight. Kickoff is at 7:30. Orlando Pirates taking on AmaZulu. Can't wait for that one. Now let's move on to Kaizer Chiefs. Amakos for life, your favorite team. They also played this weekend against They played against the Golden Arrows, MTN8. Kaizer Chiefs hadn't played the MTN8 for the past 2 seasons. So it was the first time in the last 3 seasons that Kaizer Chiefs qualified for MTN8. Badliwa, 1-0. There's just a few players that I want to talk about. Kulea game Leana. We saw Mtasingwa made his debut for Kaizer Chiefs, even though Adlali Lenge Toyota Cup, but that was his debut at the start of the season for Kaizer Chiefs. What do you think of Mtasingwa in the middle of that park for Kaizer Chiefs?
Mtasingwa. I don't think he's better than Ukacheni. I don't think he's better than Uqene. I might be wrong, but to be honest, I don't think he's better than these two players. Especially Kacheni, that he can go up and down. I don't think he's not better than Kacheni. But yeah, as coaches, we always choose players based on what we want and how we want it. So for me now, I would say I was not really pleased with his performance on Namto.
Are you happy with his combination, no, my boy? Do you think it's a combination that will work for Kaizer Chiefs moving forward?
No. Unless if they wanna make him a defensive midfielder and then say Gumabuya agadlale that role of a box to box player, then it will be something different. But now, because of, I think he's also allowed to go forward when it needs be. But he's not a player that I think is comfortable in attack. No.
So the combination won't work.
Yeah, I know, Nick.
And then you look at how coach Fernando de Cruz decided to start that game. In attack, you had Mfundo Vulagazi playing as right wing, Luke Batman playing as left wing, Nkosing Ngobo as their number 10, and then Wandile Tuba playing as the lone striker. The decision making in the final third, the number of chances created, the number of chances missed, the positioning. You find sometimes Nkosing Ngobo drifts too much to the left, making it difficult for Bartman to play. Sometimes you find him playing as the last man in the box as a number 9 here, Kaizer Chiefs. So there was a lot of confusion. But what did you make of that combination? Yaga Mfundo Vilagazi, Nkosing Ngobo, Luke Batman, and Wandile Tuba up front.
One thing that I will ask when Mtu is that can they play this boy Batman as a second striker? Can they do that? I think the boy is good at he can't play when there's a line next to him where now it's sort of like a guideline for him. He cannot go to the left. I think if you can play as a number 10, I think Chiefs would get something. But they had chances. No, twice enyaweni lakho Ngcobo. Twice enyaweni lakho Ngcobo kufanele ukuthi ulontuzana. Yes, I understand the other one when you wanted to ukuphakamisa, but why too much? That one I understand that one. But the lineup when I'm doing, it looks from the book looks good. To say, okay, attacking players, okay, now Bani, okay. But now, when you look at Tuguti, Kwenzu changes. Because me was keep a low fagelo. So, man, you must keep a keep you to Bafaga Ego Daro. But now the thing is that you swap all the players and the coaches. But it's not gonna I'm gonna change next when players they can't take accountability. My responsibilities. If they can't do that, then it's a mess.
No, it was a mess indeed. And then Kaizer Chiefs made a few signings during this transfer window. Of course, it's not closed yet. They can still sign in a few players. Nabasafuna, Langelihle Phili. Very expensive signing for Kaizer Chiefs this season. They had to pay millions to get him and also trade 2 players just so they could get him to come to Enachuren. He made his debut for Kaizer Chiefs this weekend against the Golden Arrows. What did you make of his performance in the second half for Kaizer Chiefs?
Yeah, Pili is a good player. I like him. He's a winger. He's quick. He's got an eye for the goal. But good signing. Good signing from Kaizer Chiefs. I think they deserve clap for that because the boy he did very well with Stellenbosch, and I think if he's I'm 100%. He's still under 23. The boy, I think he's 21, if I'm not mistaken. So that tells you that at least someone they've got an eye. When we want to build up, when we want to go forward, we've got a certain player. And then this certain player is a player that is going to guide us in terms of going forward doing things. But yeah, I know.
Is he one to look out for, Lapa Kaizer Chiefs? Do you think he's going to change the situation in the attack?
Everyone is expecting him to make those changes when I'm due. But now, here's my problem is that he's not going to make changes alone. He needs defenders, he needs defensive midfielders, he needs attacking players, he needs strikers, he needs wingers. To fulfill yonke le into le afuna ukuyenza lapana team, because he's not going to do it alone. You know, it's going to go back to that period where Chiefs had to come up billiard. He was overloaded. They had Udoli. Again, the load was too much. Sereno, the load was too much. Again, now it's him. So if they can't get another quality player that will also gonna relieve him in terms of the weight that he is carrying already, then that means we're going to complain about him also.
Yeah, no. And then second half, Fernando de Cruz made some confusing tactical decisions, especially with the substitutions. Obega, he took out Mfundo Vilakazi and put on Umtu Shabalala, which for me was a bit confusing. Takes out Upatman. Futu Patman keep it towards the end of the game because Upatman uyocilile ukuthi bamsubstitute. But that substitution yakamfundo Vilakazi nomtu Shabalala didn't make sense for me, because he could have at least sacrificed Ngobo, then put in Umtu Shabalala and tried to see what Umtu Shabalala could do playing as a number 10. Then obviously Wandile Tuba for Ikotaru. What did you make of the return Yagamtu Shabalala? The last time we saw him play for Kaizer Chiefs was when they played against Sundowns and unfortunately couldn't finish that game due to the injury to Lille. But what do you think of him coming back? Do you think he'll be important for Kaizer Chiefs? And in that game, did he maybe change the complexion of the game for you?
It was good to see Umtu back. Umtu is one player that does help Kaizer Chiefs in certain games where he will create or where he will score. But I believe that he was not supposed to take out Ulontuzana or Vilakazi. Why angathathanga akhiphe Umfundo bese afaka yena kumdu, and then because it seems like Umdu no Vilakazi even I what wando Batman, I think they can do it, because put Vilakazi on the right, and then Batman put him as a number 10. And then you put Umdu as a left wing. So that Umdu, he must always come inside. He will go wide when we're defending. But as soon as we get the ball, then he must come inside the pocket, so that they can open that width on the left, so that they can attack. But other than that,
how far do you see Fernando de Cruz take this Kaizer Chiefs team? It's been 2 games. Won the first game against the Kruger. We heard about but actually we were blinded by that result against Kruger. We thought Kosi Nation is back, only for them to be exposed against the Golden Arrows. How far do you see him take this team this season?
No, he has him do. Let me be honest. I think the coach, I believe they will end up also in position 30. I don't think it is any other I would say a miracle that can happen, because when you look at the quality players that Pirates has got, that Sundowns has got, it tells you that when ubani lo ubani kanjani. Because now if mangabe zibeka kanjani mara ish indaba yalaphana ebukhosini isuke even a problem when I'm due, because you always try to find solutions. You always try to find the best way to do things, and sometimes you end up being sort of like in a room where it's there's no one, it's only you alone. And when you scream, you're thinking that there's other people that are hearing you, or whatever the case may be. Because I don't know how they're gonna do it now. But I'm asking that, can they play Uluntu Batman as a number 10? and then let's have Villagaz on the right, let's have Mtu on the left, so that when we are in position, they can cut inside, come up pockets, and open the right winger and the left winger.
I know, Sagozato. And then Kaizer Chiefs are also playing this evening. They take on Sekhukhune United, who won their game this weekend in the MTN 8 quarterfinals against Amazulu. They won by 4-3. They play against their former coach, Cedric Kaze, who was with them last season alongside Khalil Ben Youssef. What do you see happen tonight when Kaizer Chiefs take on Sekhukhune United? Draw, win, lose?
I think but it's Sekhukhune. They always have an edge every time when they play against the Kaizer Chiefs. They always give these big teams a problem. So I think Sekhukhune will win the game, man. I don't think. Yes, I didn't watch Sekhukhune so far, but I don't think Kaizer Chiefs, they do have players that really will stop Sekhukhune to get the 3 points.
I know. We can only hope. Tonight. Mamelodi Sundowns, African champions. They also played this weekend in the MTN 8. They won by 3-2. The game extra time, as you had mentioned earlier on. Wangenu Cassius Mailula did the right things. We missed him. What did you make of that game?
It was a very interesting game. It was a very interesting game, but I would say the game of two halves. Because I think Polokwane City, they played well. They created their chances. They scored some. Others, and then let's go by Sundowns to Angas Guti. I want to Kuluma Mbikanda. It's because of when I watched them. And I watched them again last night. Then I was like, no ways, man. Just imagine you came in last night. So all this, I would say, players at Sundowns, Ufaka Umshish, it's a problem. Ufaka Mailula, it's a problem. Ufaka Konama Exal, Ulonduzana again, Ulitako. Urenasa kangangene kien. Fanfika kangangene kien. Hey. Yeah, man. Yeah, but anyway, she's out here. But Sundowns, it's one team that is going to be very, very difficult when I'm to really beat this season with the type of players that they do have.
But also we give credit to Polokwane City. Polokwane City babambile, actually. There was a point where we thought the game was going to go to penalties, and penalties are anyone's game. You look at how they played last night against TS Galaxy, a team that beat them in their last game of the season, last season. Ibashai led 3-1 last season, and then last night Mamelodi Sundowns won 3-2. On Saturday against Polokwane City, they also won 3-2. There must be a problem with defense in Mamelodi Sundowns. They've conceded 4 goals in 2 games.
Yeah, what a game last night. What a game between TS Galaxy and Mamelodi Sundowns. And yeah, man, and I thought, especially after they scored the second goal, TS Galaxy, then the way Sundowns, they came back a con. Coach amenga changes. I'm a passing wabo, they get to the right spaces at the right time. I'm a crosses swab from Gumunda. You finish up Mkulis. Young Boni is a good. They are so deadly. Yes, they do have problems. When it comes to defending, I know they've got problems. But now my problems. And another thing when I'm doing that they were doing was calling everyone to defend. When everyone is defending the box, chances are a goal can come in at any given time because it's going to be goalkeeper and the players and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm too angry. Yeah.
But aren't you worried that the moment they meet a team that is solid at the back, a team like Durban City, for example, Mamelodi Sundowns will struggle because then Durban City is solid at the back and they play in transition. They get that one chance, they score, they capitalize, they come back and defend, and then Mamelodi Sundowns can't penetrate, they might lose a game corner. Where do you think Mamelodi Sundowns needs to beef up his squad sub this season? They have the players. Without a doubt, we can't even question that they have the quality. Mara, we are born out. There are certain areas where they need to improve.
Yeah, they just need to improve at the back. With the ball, they're fantastic with the ball. Very good with the ball. Very good with the ball. But now, yes, when they're attacking on the right, they're attacking us on the left, they bring those crosses. Is the two center backs are ready and correct and be correct for them to cover.
Big one this weekend, before Sivala, Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Amakos for Life at the FNB Stadium. 3 p.m. kickoff. Ziabuya. It's a big one. One that we are all anticipating is Temas Boni fixture league the season that so early. Third game of the season, Kaizer Chiefs have to take on Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah, when Chiefs and Sunderland are playing, it's also another derby. So that's going to be a derby itself. Pirates, derby have the Chiefs aside. And then the Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, Saturday, 3 p.m. Wow. Everyone just wake up now. From Tuzana, from Guti, the league starting, and then now we're gonna watch Kaizer Chiefs versus Mamelodi Sundowns. It's going to be a tough one too. Very, 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 very tough one, because when you check, they've won one, they drew one, and then here's the last one.
Who's taking it?
Obvious. Sundowns will win the game. It's going to be tough because, Chiefs, they've got this tendency of frustrating Sundowns at some point. I remember last season when they played the draw against Mamelodi Sundowns, they did frustrate them. So I don't know whether even this season is going to be the same, where they will frustrate Mamelodi Sundowns. But Sundowns, I see them winning the game.
I know. Thank you so much for your time, Hotman. Besicela usivalele.
Oi lona ubongane Benedict Vilakazi bambiza uTso bambiza uLittle Napoleon umshikashika insizwe zishumi mayodwa ngeke enze lutho. Ngithi bafethu, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and post, especially to subscribe and then follow me at Tso's Football Wisdom at Omni Audio Africa. Dango.